Hey everybody. So as you've probably heard by now, the NHL and ESPN have reached a deal for ESPN to be one of the TV rights holders for the NHL for the next 7 years as the NHL starts putting together a new TV deal because their current TV deal with NBC comes to an end at the end of this season. Now the key word here is one of, because it's not an exclusive deal. For the first time in a long time, the NHL is going to have multiple TV networks covering the league. ESPN, the deal with ESPN is just a partial deal. NBC has had exclusive TV rights to the NHL for basically the past 15 years. That's not going to be the case anymore. There's going to be multiple TV networks that have television rights to the NHL. We don't know for sure what the second network is going to be. It could be NBC again. There's talks that Fox Sports could be in on it, and Fox might end up being the second network. But what we do know is that a deal with ESPN and /ABC, they're all the same company, is done. So let's take a look here at some of the details of this ESPN deal. So it's a 7-year deal with ESPN, starting with the 21-22 season that will start up in October. It's a streaming and media rights deal, so they get the streaming services and television rights to the NHL. They get exclusive coverage of the Stanley Cup Final on ABC for 4 of the 7 years. So that means, I think, that every Stanley Cup Finals game will be on ABC in the years that ESPN gets the Stanley Cup Finals. And that is huge, because that means that every single Finals game will be shown on national television where everybody can watch. And that is really big for the NHL, because with this last deal, the later games of the series, most of the series is shown on NBC, but some of them are shown on NBCSN. With the way that this is worded, it looks like every single game is going to be on ABC, which is the national channel for this network. So that is huge. Half of the Stanley Cup playoffs will be on ABC and ESPN each season. Obviously, the other half will go to whichever other network gets the other part of this TV deal, whether that's Fox, NBC, someone else. We'll see. Probably going to be, I think it's down to basically either Fox or NBC, but we'll find out when that deal becomes official. But half of the playoffs are going to be on ABC and ESPN. 25 regular season games will be shown exclusively on ABC or ESPN throughout the year. 75 regular season games will be shown exclusively on ESPN Plus and Hulu. And NHL TV will really not be a thing anymore. Everything that you would normally be able to watch on NHL TV is now going to ESPN Plus. So that's a huge out-of-market streaming package that ESPN is going to offer now as part of ESPN Plus. So instead of signing up for NHL TV, you would get an ESPN Plus subscription, and you would be able to watch most of the out-of-market games from your area with an ESPN Plus subscription. So that is obviously a huge change for the NHL and a huge incentive to sign up for ESPN Plus, without a doubt. Honestly, just looking at this, I'm tempted to sign up for ESPN Plus for those 75 regular season games that will exclusively be on there, and then also the out-of-market games that I could then watch with an ESPN Plus subscription. On top of all the other, non-hockey content, other sports content that's available on ESPN Plus. This, for me, as just a sports fan in general, adding this much hockey into it really makes ESPN Plus seem worth it to grab a subscription to that now. Because that's going to be a lot of hockey on there, and then they have a lot of other sports content as well that I certainly am interested in. So I might be signing up for ESPN Plus come next NHL season just to get all of these games and an ability to watch these games for sure. But this is the details of the deal that we know right now between ESPN and the NHL. Now, as far as numbers are concerned, what I'm hearing is that this deal is worth a little over $4 million per season between the league, $400 million per season between the league and ESPN for this partial TV rights deal where they don't get the full exclusive NHL season rights, but they get a good number of games and a good number of playoffs and stuff like that, and then another network will still be in for the other half of the year. But either way, it totals over $2.8 billion for the NHL over the course of the 7 years of the deal, which is obviously a pretty good amount of money for the NHL to be bringing in there. So that's a really solid TV deal for them. And obviously, we still don't know who the other network is going to be that's in on it, whether it's Fox or NBC again. But they're going to have another TV deal with a different network for the other playoff games, the other half of the finals, and other regular season games as well. So it's going to be it's really good news for the NHL. It's really good news for the NHL. I know a lot of hockey fans don't like ESPN because ESPN basically has ignored the existence of hockey for the past 15 years from the lockout on. But at the end of the day, this is going to expand the horizons of the NHL. This is going to bring in a lot of new fans. This is going to get a lot of different eyes on the NHL that wouldn't necessarily be watching before. And as much as I've ragged on ESPN over the last few years because they've basically ignored hockey and treated it like a second-class sport and like it wasn't a big deal, now they're obviously going to change that. As this deal gets signed, they're going to change that, and they're going to, because they want their TV ratings to be good. So I would fully expect ESPN to start paying attention to hockey a lot more and start including it in their other shows a lot more than what they have for the last number of years, because now they're back in the TV game with it. So at the end of the day, financially, it's a good thing for the NHL. From a growing the game standpoint, it's a good thing for the NHL. And the thing that I will end on is I hope ESPN brings back Gary Thorne, because his calls in the early 2000s are absolutely legendary. Back when ESPN was doing the NHL TV, do the NHL on TV back in the early 2000s before the 2005 lockout. The 90s as well. Gary Thorne's calls are absolutely legendary, so I hope they bring him back, at least on a part-time schedule, and have him doing some of these games, because he's a tremendous announcer and would be really, really fun to listen to. And it would be so nostalgic to hear his voice doing these games again, without a doubt. So TV deal between ESPN and the NHL is done. It's not an exclusive deal. There's going to be another provider and network in there as well. We're still waiting on news as far as which one that is going to be, whether it's Fox or NBC again, and what that deal is going to look like. But the ESPN deal is a done deal, 7 years, and the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN, is once again covering hockey. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, donation link, and now channel memberships in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.